How's it going, guys? Finally got a minute to sit down and recap on the boat show I went to on Saturday the 27th last weekend before I went to Baldwin Lake. My buddy Bob's been looking at getting an aluminum boat for the past, probably the past year or so, and he was looking at fiberglass, but he kind of changed his mind, thinking that the aluminum's probably the better option, which I agree. And we ended up wandering around, finding a few nice things, checked out all the different boats. And one boat really did stand out to me from a bass fishing perspective is the Polarcraft had a boat there that was a 19.5. I don't remember what the model was, like TWR, TRX, or something like that. But it was a phenomenal bass boat as far as aluminum boats go. It actually, I would give it best of show out of all the bass boats there for what it was. It was a fishing machine for a reasonable price. I think the one on the showroom floor was $26,000 with trailer, 150 on the back of it, 24-volt trolling motor. I mean, it was loaded. It was a nice boat, and I would have to say, had I known where bass boats were going, I would have held off buying a fiberglass boat and possibly got an aluminum boat like that. But that was the boat that stood out to us the most. I did end up picking up a cable G-force system for my trolling motor. My trolling motor's been through a lot the past couple of years. I'm fishing almost 5 days a week, every single week, and it takes a toll on the rope. And I figured it'd be best just to replace it before it actually did end up breaking. Especially out on the water, it's never fun. And these pretty much are gonna last you forever. So something really simple, and it was on sale, and they had a nice little booth. I was able to talk to them about that and get one while I was there. Also, Lowrance. I was checking out their booth, and they had a new product, or maybe a newer product that I didn't know about. It's for the HDS 3s, Gen 3s. It's a Sonic Hub, and what it does is it's basically like a radio for your boat that links through your HDS system, so you can change your radio station, you can choose what you play. It basically turns your unit into a radio. It's a bundle that comes with a docking port for your cell phone or MP3 player. It keeps it all dry and flush mounted, and then it also comes with the hub that links everything together, so you can link the different units together if need be. And it also comes with the two speakers, a left-right speaker. And I think it retailed for like $260, which is reasonably priced when you start looking at getting a marine boat. So if you have a Lowrance system, you want to try and keep it simple, and you want to be able to do that and without having to add a whole separate radio, that might be an option for you. So I did find that to be a rather nice product that they had there. And I was able to play a little bit around with the Lowrance HDS systems, and because I'm thinking I'm going to be picking up a couple of those here in the near future. Another thing is I ran into Razor Rod. Cowboy, one of the local fishermen here, that's his nickname, and the owner were there. They had a booth set up, and I'd looked at Razor Rod. A lot of the pros use them, and I was thinking to myself, well, you know what? I might venture to buy one, but before I do, I wanted to get my hands on them. And I will tell you right now, these rods are phenomenal. They're super light, and this is a 7.6. This is the C76 heavy, medium heavy, and I'm going to use this as my frogging rod or my braided rod for when I'm fishing down in Gunnersville. And when I'm back here at the lake, I might use it for more like a power worm system. But the nice thing is they went out of their way, and they were doing personal touches on stuff. And they put my name on there, and they embroidered it really nicely. And it added a nice personal touch for me. Never had my name on a rod. I mean, it's nothing super fancy. It's just a nice personal touch to have. And it makes a really good first impression from a rod manufacturer when they go out of their way to do something like that. I mean, I wasn't the only one. They're doing it for several people there, but it's very nice that they took the time to set up a booth, have some people come there. I mean, Cowboy, he was there doing a seminar, talking to people about all of their rods and everything, and he had a tournament to fish down here at the lake. So, it took some dedication to make that trip up there. And that's what you look for in a fisherman and in a product. And the owner was there himself, and he was very friendly and talked to me. And definitely made a good impression. And then I ended up realizing that after I found that rod, I really needed to get a decent ultralight system, for fishing, finesse, and I never had anything. I always fish with bait casters. So I picked up a nice spinning rod. This is just a 115. It's a 7-foot medium light spinning reel, and also he embroidered my name on it too which is kind of nice. But this rod is, to me, without even a reel on it, it is feather light. It is going to be an arsenal of mine for finesse fishing this year. And I mean, it is pretty well balanced right there. I mean, and it's super light, so whenever you put a reel on it, it's going to feel just right in your hands. It'll have that right balance with the weight on the end of the line. You'll be able to feel every bite. And these rods are super sensitive. You know, I can't wait to get out there and try this finesse fishing, and I can't wait to get out there and do some frog fishing this spring as soon as the post spawn rolls around. But anyways, guys, that was all that I ended up finding. Exciting there. So as a recap, Polar Craft sold best of show. For me, is from a bass fishing perspective. You know, Ranger had their boats there, and you know, I was disappointed that Tracker didn't have theirs. That's kind of what we wanted to compare the difference between, was like Ranger and Tracker, and then we ended up seeing Polar Craft there, which I had never even looked at. So it's going to be a coin flip for him. He kind of likes Tracker quite a bit, but then Polar Craft kind of did have a nice setup there. So anyways, if you guys are looking to get into the bass boat world, and you don't know if you get the use out of it, a fiberglass boat, brand new, loaded, you're looking at minimum, if you go with the Nitro, about 40 to 45. If you go with the Z8, you're going to be fully loaded by it at 40. Go with the Z9, you're going to be about 45. And you go with an aluminum boat, you're going to be at 24 to 27. So you're looking at half the cost, the same thing. I mean, your goal is to be on the water and enjoy as much fishing as possible. Well, the way I see it is, if you can buy a boat that does it for you, you can get away with bouncing a boat like that, an aluminum boat, up against the dock and not crying. Because you get a fiberglass boat up against the dock, it's not a cheap repair. So, with that said, check out those aluminum boats. They're pretty nice, and I wish I would have known about them before I bought my fiberglass. Because about 5 years ago, boats were not the same as they are now. You find an aluminum boat that was 18 foot, that's a big boat, without going into like a duck hunting boat or something like that. So I kind of wish I would have possibly waited to buy a fiberglass boat, because I ended up getting one of those aluminums. So, alright, well, you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later.